Hi, Carrie Mubarak here at wooingnature.life. Sorry it's a little dim on this video, but I'm working with what I have today. I do move around a lot. If you are in the North Carolina area, come and check me out. I'm at Carrie at wooingnature.life. So I'm going to read today. This is the new moon reading. This is the new moon that is February 4th. I've got my notes and everything. New moon February 4th is in Aquarius. So Uranus placements and aspects we'll be paying attention to. That's because Uranus is the ruling planet of Aquarius. So you guys know I'm a teacher. So I get my teacher on sometimes. So Uranus placements are what we're paying attention to, in addition to the fact that it is a new moon. New moon is more yin than yang. That's what I tell people all the time. If you want to think about the new moon is always more yin than yang. That means that you are going in, you are being receptive, you're being sensitive, you're thinking, you're listening, and you're paying attention to what's going on around you, and you're being like a sponge during the new moon period. New moon period is also a good time to set intentions for yourself. So as you're embarking on, that which is new, and you want something to grow, you want something to prosper, then this is a good time to kind of put those things on the table. If you don't know your chart, I encourage you to know your chart. All of these readings are very, very general, but they can get very specific depending on how much you know about your own natal chart. At this point, you can go and get a free chart as long as you know your birth time, your birthplace, and your time of birth. You've got to have the time of birth if you want it to be very accurate. Then you can kind of add to it, or you can sort of do your own interpretations, or the interpretation or the general reading can get a little deeper for you because you know exactly where it's affecting your chart. So what you want to know is where your moon is. So if you don't know your moon sign and you don't know your moon house placement, then your birth time, your birthplace, and your birth location can get you a little closer to that goal. You also want to know which house right now in this particular new moon period. You want to know which house is Aquarius governed. So wherever Aquarius, whichever house Aquarius kind of stands over in your chart, you'll want to pay attention to that, as well as where Uranus is. So wherever Uranus is, wherever Aquarius is, and wherever your moon are, will give you a little deeper connection about whatever is happening right now. So I'm just going to give you some general overview here. The moon isn't in Aquarius, as I said. What does that mean? That means that this is a time for emotional freedom. What does emotional freedom mean? Emotional freedom means that you feel free to express your emotions and your feelings, whatever they are. And feelings and emotions run the gamut, okay? Whether that is grief and sorrow, or sadness, or disappointment, or anger, or jealousy, or whether those emotions are you're ecstatic, you're happy, you're feeling joyful, all of that. You would be surprised some people don't want to express their happy feelings any more than they want to express their sad feelings. But right now, while the moon is in Aquarius, this is a time when you will begin to feel free to express yourself emotionally, or whatever is going on inside of you. If something bothers you or it excites you, you don't mind saying it out loud, or you don't mind expressing that to other people. So for the Aquarius, usually this can be done through technology. Cautionary tale: if you want to express some of those emotions that people like to keep hidden, stay off the internet. You never know where it may turn up. Just a cautionary tale from the elders. I just have to say that. But anyway, there's also some other unconventional methods that you can use to express yourself. So if you are not feeling good about verbally saying it, you can use your creativity and create something that expresses what it is that's going on. This is also a time when people might not have a whole lot of filters. They might got rid of their filters. Good thing, though, that Mercury is not in retrograde. If Mercury was in retrograde, I would tell people probably you want to err on the side of keeping your mouth shut right now. But we're in a good Mercury retrograde period. Just know that if this person is Aquarius, if the person is an Aquarius, or if they have some kind of very strong placement in Aquarius, or if their Uranus is very strong in a certain area, they may be a little extra, or they might have a little fewer filters, but just know that that's going on. So again, while the moon is new, you're more receptive, you're more sensitive, you're more tuned in spiritually. You have to be more in touch with yourself, more in touch with your emotions, your instincts, and your intuition. So right now, while the moon is new and while the moon is in Aquarius, you're just going to be, it's a little bit more heightened receptivity, more tuned in, especially to things that that bother you or you don't feel like are fair. Something to that effect. Find a creative way to express how you've been feeling. There may be some unconventional ways of doing that, but you'll definitely be leaning toward something different or expressing yourself in ways that are very different. All right, so that's kind of your first layer. So I'm going to go a little bit deeper, because what I'm doing now is I'm looking at the moon and how it is reacting and interacting with some of the other key planets. So what I noticed right off the bat, we have 3 planets in Aquarius. That's Sun, Moon, and Mercury. So all of them are hanging out in Aquarius right now, which means the moon is going to have the moon is going to be affected by those planets as well. So it's an Aquarian time. Those people who are sun sign Aquarians will, this is their birthday month. They might be feeling a little more alive, a little more vibrant. They might be also a lot more energetic right now. And they also could be they could also be very sensitive. So they could be a little more sensitive to the energies that are going on, because their sun sign is in Aquarius, but also their emotionability is centered around them and how they present in the world and that kind of thing. But they are also going to be more in a listening mode. So don't think that Aquarians are not listening to you. They are. They are paying attention to you, especially right through here now. But they may also want to express how they're feeling about that. We have a moon, and the moon and Mercury are together. They are conjunct, which means they're kind of, I tell people, they're kind of holding hands with one another, walking down the road together. So while we are feeling our emotional freedom, we're also feeling free to express it. As I said, moon is conjuncting Mercury, which is the planet of communication. So you'll have a better understanding of other people. You may have a propensity toward writing or writing poetry, which also, as I said, it's a time of creative expression as well. So if it's something you're feeling hung up about, or if it's something that you want to express, but you may not feel good about doing that, verbally, poetry or writing is a good way to do that. Any emotional baggage can be resolved by using clear thinking and analysis. That's Mercury's benefit right now. So if you're feeling a little emotionally murky, know that you can go to that Mercury energy and say, okay, let me think this through. Let me think this through logically, not emotionally. So you want to be in close contact with people, and then you'll probably want to be around people that you feel comfortable talking to. Okay? All right. Another little deeper level is Uranus. I just want to let you know, remember I said that because the moon is in Aquarius and Aquarius is ruled by Uranus, we also want to pay attention to Uranus and where Uranus is, because there will be some pull there. Uranus is in Aries at this time. So anybody who is a sun, moon, or rising Aries sign may have a little bit more effect. You may be feeling all of these effects that I've mentioned. You may be feeling those a little bit more. You may be feeling a little more vocal, and also sensitive. You may be also feeling a little sensitive as well. But if you're in Aries, you're more than likely, that thing about feeling free to express yourself, you're probably going to be that much more free. You'll probably be the one with zero filter. But anyway, that's an Aryan nature anyway. So again, know your chart, know your birth date, your birth time, and your birth location, and we can get a little deeper. What you'll want to know is where your Aries is and where your Uranus is, because wherever Aries is in your chart, house-wise, Uranus is going through there right now, and then that means that that house may have a little effect. You may want to pay attention to things that are happening in that particular house and what is happening in that house anyway. So that's it. That is your new moon view, general new moon view. These are things that are going to be in effect until the next new moon. So while you're thinking and meditating and being receptive and being open and paying attention to your feelings and your emotions and being able to express those, this is what's going to be in effect until the next new moon. The next new moon is going to be March 6th, and it will be in Pisces. So until then, everybody stay cool, stay calm, be free with your self-expression. Use this time now to just really go within and get in touch with those feelings, get in touch with those emotions, and find a way to say how you feel. Okay? If you want to get closer in, if you know something about your chart already, if you don't know where your moon sign is, or you don't know where your Aquarius is, and you don't know where your Uranus is, hit me up at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life, and without a doubt I will help you find that information, or I'll give you some resources so you can go and reach for it yourself. As always, I hope you have a great new moon, and I hope you have a wonderful life.